Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome to Art Regner's video blog. Welcome to the Sports Corner. I'm talking about Michigan-Notre Dame this evening. Just about a half hour or so ago, the Michigan-Notre Dame game ended with the Fighting Irish defeating the Wolverines by a score of 13-6. Before I did this video blog, I did listen to Brady Hoke's post-game interview with Jim Brandstatter on the Michigan Radio Network to get Brady's thoughts on his team losing by a touchdown to the Fighting Irish. Well, it's pretty easy what this game came down to. It came down to 6 turnovers by Michigan, 3 in the red zone, numerous bad penalties, 2 pass interference penalties, and also an encroachment penalty really hurt the Wolverines. A missed field goal hurt the Michigan Wolverines, and one asinine trick play in the first quarter by a pass by Vincent Smith, which resulted in an interception by Notre Dame at their goal line, really did the Wolverines in. It all equals a 13-6 loss. I want to say that last week when I was in Ann Arbor reporting from the UMass's coaches booth at the press box of Michigan Stadium, I said at about 11 o'clock on September 22nd, 11 o'clock in the evening, we'd have a pretty good idea of what kind of football team Michigan really is 4 games into the season. Well, 4 games into the season, Michigan is 2-2 right now, and I still really don't know what kind of football team they are. I thought tonight the defense took some steps. I mean, they had 6 turnovers to deal with, and they only gave up 14 points. Granted, in the fourth quarter, that 3rd and 4 did kill them. They gave up the 30-plus yard pass play. I understand that. I get that. But I go back to what Bo Schembechler said many years ago. If your team, if your offense gets 5 to 6 turnovers, or your defense does, creates 5 to 6 turnovers, then your offense should score 50 to 60 points. Notre Dame had only 13, so I'm going to beg off the defense. I do want to say that Jake Ryan and Desmond Morgan are beasts, and I thought Michigan's defensive line played really well. Notre Dame, for the most part, could not get their rushing attack going. So if you want to look at a positive, and there's not many, look at the defensive effort as a whole and think that Michigan could be at least competitive in a weak Big Ten because of their defense. Now let's go over to the offensive side of the ball. And I know a lot of people are upset with Denard Robinson, wondering, I could tell by the Twitter world that people were just really upset by him. You're going to live and die with Denard Robinson. I think Michigan fans know that. I think we all know that. That's just the way it is. He did not play well, but again, I think if Michigan would have... first of all, I do think that the asinine trick play, Vincent Smith throwing that interception, threw Michigan's offense off. They were moving the football. They didn't have to do that. They did not have to do that. Maybe trying to cross Notre Dame up, but tell me, Notre Dame was just... That was a 12-yard drive, I think, 12-play drive. So, calm down, Art. Calm down. But my point being is that Michigan was just nowhere near competent enough on offense to win this football game. And sure, part of it's Denard Robinson's fault, but when things aren't going well, we see it time and time with Denard because he is a leader. He really is. He's competitive and he wants to win. He tried to do it all himself. He was forcing the ball. Just horrible. Just a horrible performance. He calmed down a little bit in the second half, but that fumble didn't help him. 5 turnovers by Denard is not good. It's just not good. 4 interceptions and a fumble, not good. He needs to rebound. He's Michigan's quarterback. End of story. That is not going to change. So where is Michigan as a football team right now? I think they're not very good. I really don't. I think that they're young, and I think that they can build on their defense, but I think offensively they have a long way to go. I think Devin Gardner and Devin Funchess are going to be good receivers. Roundtree sort of came back today. I don't know where the tight ends have been for Michigan. I do think their offensive line has to be tougher. I think they have to be more physical. They got better as the game wore on. I know they almost had 200 yards rushing, but the fact of the matter is you were in the red zone 6 times, I believe, and you had 3 turnovers and walked away with a missed field goal and 2 field goals. That's just not good enough. It's not going to get it done. This was a very disappointing game. And I think if you're a Notre Dame fan, congratulations to you. Your defense played well enough to win, but your team's not very good either. They just aren't. I mean, this was a game that in your home stadium, national TV, night game in South Bend, where you should have smashed Michigan all over the field with the way they were turning the ball over, and you weren't able to get it done. However, you do have a very, very good defense, so I congratulate you on that. I actually tip my cap to you. I have no animosity towards Notre Dame. I go to South Bend a lot for my CCHA work that I do, and I like it down there. But really, this was not a game that was a testament to the prowess of the traditional Midwestern powers of college football, Michigan and Notre Dame. It was a difficult game to watch. It was a frustrating game to watch. And really, Michigan has to clean it up on offense. Denard really has to settle himself down, try not to force everything. And I think that the Michigan coaches have to put him in a better position where he doesn't feel like he has to force everything in order to win, because he just still, as a senior, still looks pretty tentative back there, and he's trying to do everything. On the defensive side of the ball, again, I think Michigan was okay. I don't really have a problem with the way they played, considering that they faced a lot of sudden changes in that football game. Michigan has a bye week next week, so does Notre Dame. Then Notre Dame will play Miami, I guess, at Soldier Field in Chicago. At least that's what the 400 promos that told me during that game. And then Michigan will open up Big Ten play 2 weeks from today in West Lafayette, a 4 o'clock kickoff against the Purdue Boilermakers, who only lost by 3 to Notre Dame in South Bend. So Purdue could be one of those surprise teams. The Spoilermakers could be having an up year. Danny Hope might have those guys going. So it's not going to get any easier for Michigan, but they really have to clean it up on offense. And if they can do that, this still could be a promising season, because non-conference is over. Michigan does start conference play, and as we've seen, the Big Ten is tough to figure out. I mean, it's a very erratic conference this year. It seems that nobody wants it. So if nobody wants it, maybe Michigan get their act together. Maybe they want it the most, and that come the end of the year, we'll look back at this Notre Dame game and shake our heads and say, boy, they should have won that game. But, you know, they didn't. Congratulations to Notre Dame. They beat Michigan by a score of 13-6. Denard, calm down. Clean it up. D, keep evolving. Keep playing hard. Keep playing physical. Offensive line, you still need to pick it up. So until we meet again, which will probably be tomorrow after the Lions game, and the Tigers have a big doubleheader tomorrow too. So it won't be long till we meet again. But have a safe and pleasant one, everyone. I'm Art Regner. Take care. Bye-bye.